Welcome to the Morning Mayhem Show with the morning crew, Tomlin and Mama Manny.
And your host, Jim Amato.
Good morning, Woodland, and welcome today. It is February 24th. It is National Toast Day, National Chili Day, and National Tortilla Chip. And if this was Sesame Street, that song would sing, it's like, which one of these doesn't belong?
Oh, yes.
Yes. I suppose you can start your morning with toast, and then the rest of the day just have chili and tortilla.
I was going to say, I know what I'm having for dinner now.
Yeah.
Chili toast tortilla.
Oh, all right. Serve it on a, well, it's not called chip beef.
Yes, it is.
There's another name for it in the Army, but
we'll move on.
Yeah, we'll skip what that name is. You can look that up if you're looking for the alternate name to chip beef. I don't think we're here tomorrow, so let's just say that today is the end of the week. Welcome to the end of the week, Thursday, B-Day. And tomorrow, there's a good chance. I mean, the snow totals have gone down considerably for our area.
Correct.
We're at 3 to 5. Yeah. And then it does get slushy and messy after that. So we'll see what happens. But I have a chance. Have an idea that we will not be here tomorrow. And don't forget, if you got your Chromebooks, keep them charged over the weekend. That way there, when you show up on Monday, you'll be all set. And when you do show up on Monday, the mask mandate has been lifted, but not for Monday. That doesn't start until Tuesday. So you will be wearing masks on Monday. We're going to get through the entire month of February just so we can say, hey, we finished strong. And then they will be optional. That doesn't mean you don't have to wear them. If you're got it at druthers that you'd like to wear your mask, feel free to go right ahead and wear your mask, but they're going to be optional on Tuesday. Although I don't know if that's for sports. That was just for Reading 16.
Sports, you do not need to wear them, but if you're on the bench and your school requires them, you must wear them on the bench.
Gotcha.
Do we know about the buses yet?
Buses, that was in the letter. Yes, you have to wear a mask on all buses.
So every morning you have to wear your mask on your
their
bus.
bus.
And when you get to the building, it now becomes
Optional.
Yes. All right. So jot down all those rules so you don't forget. And hey, Woodland Student Book Club is today. Dear Evan Hansen will be discussed during advisory today. So waddle on down there and have a chat about the book. And congratulations to Elias Sturdivant, the All-State and All-League honors. He was the most outstanding wrestler of 2022, making Hawks proud. Well done, Elias. Keep it up. And there will be a fundraising at Friendly's to support the culinary crew trip to Disney. They're going to be going down to Florida to compete in the Culinary Arts Challenge down there. And if you want to help them out, you're going to go to Friendly's on February 28th. And I believe that's a Monday.
Yes.
That's a Monday. So on that Monday, and the last day of masks that are optional here, then you have 19% or 15% of those sales will be donated to the organization. So go and eat as many of those waffle fries as you can and get a fribble. Don't forget that the National Honor Society is having a Chipotle fundraiser the next day. So you can have Friendly's on Monday and then go to Chipotle on Tuesday, March 1st, and have some of those. Today would be a good day for chili and whatnot, but
because it is National Chili Day.
National Chili Day, so Chipotle's. The Rocket Workshop is going to be on Tuesday, on March 1st. That is going to be in room 304. It's free to attend, but there's only 24 spots for building rockets, so partner up and get ready to launch. And we're still accepting money for the Lion King. Don't forget the Broadway trip for music and theater arts is going to be on April 20th, but you need to get your money in by the 24th, which I do believe is today.
It is today.
So if you have any spare cash or need to borrow from your friends, you might want to do that. I don't know if we accept Venmo yet. We don't think we accept Venmo for stuff like that. And the canned food drive is going on till the very last day of the mask mandate. How we doing there?
Doing good.
Doing good. All right. So there's some cans in the building, I'm assuming. And I'll have to ask how the debate team meeting went. I'm excited to hear how that
I
went.
heard there were many students.
That's great. We'll have to have them in and for a debate. Don't forget to listen to us every morning about 7:15 a.m. ish. And if you miss any of our shows, go to morningmayhem.show. Time now for the news. T-minus 60 with Tomlin.
All right, a couple top stories started today. First off, Weather Channel still reporting 5 to 8 inches of snow anticipated for Beacon Falls. So we shall see.
5 to 8.
I'm on the Weather Channel right now. They're still predicting 5 to 8 inches of snow for Beacon Falls.
Well, I think Channel 8 had us at
4 to 6.
something like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
4 to 6, 5 to 8.
3 to 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever
1
it
to 10.
takes. Whatever it takes.
It's kind of like the
6 in one, half a dozen in the other.
It's kind of like the weather, just random numbers. Pick your moment. The weather changes, the numbers change. All right. This lead story dominating news, obviously, is the invasion of Ukraine at the hands of Russia. For those of you who have been living under a rock for the last 8 years, this goes back to 2013, 2014, when there was a series of popular uprisings that led to the toppling of the Ukrainian government, the election of interim government, and then the election of a replacement government. Russia sent in forces both covertly and openly to support 2 eastern regions, creating 2 new breakaway regions. And they have now launched, after building up forces, they've launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. They've come out, they said that they have avoided attacking all civilian populations. However, they've struck
That's good.
numerous military installations across the entire country. And their cyber warfare actually began a little over a month ago, intensifying on Wednesday, with taking down of both the government and the banking industries. All right. Top of this, shares dive. Oil soars after Russian action in Ukraine. Stocks have plunged. Oil prices have gone up by more than $8 per barrel Thursday after Russian President Vladimir Putin launched military action in Ukraine, prompting Washington and Europe to vow sanctions. And that's basically the lead story and the only story that really dominated the news today. The casualty reports are starting to come in. Several hundred Ukrainian soldiers already dead. No reports out of Russia yet. There's footage of Russian tanks and armored personnel carriers moving into eastern Ukraine. Ukraine has gone into martial law. They've shut down their space to non-military activities. The United States and our European allies have talked about increasing sanctions. Russia said if anyone gets involved, they will retaliate. This is looking to be the largest military action in Europe since World War II.
Wow.
So we'll just be following the story for the next couple of days, see how it develops, and ultimately what happens.
I don't know.
Now, polls in this country, stipulate that for the most part, the population of the United States currently is not interested in deploying military personnel. Our government's not currently interested in deploying military personnel directly into Ukraine. There would be no legitimate, let me rephrase that. There'd be no legally binding reason for us to deploy soldiers into Ukraine. They're a non-NATO member.
I was going to say that's where the line we're dying on at the moment.
We don't have a military alliance with them. That being said, Poland, Germany, all the countries around Ukraine, they are NATO allies. We are building up our personnel, and they are getting ready for whatever may or may not be happening. So once again, the only other thing is part of Russian president's speech yesterday that he gave moments before the invasion was his goal was to demilitarize Ukraine to make sure that it was a free and open nation. Really just talking about how they want to eliminate all of the military from Ukraine so that they would just be a peaceful neighbor. You know how dominant Ukraine.
Wow, how ironic that is.
You know how dominant Ukrainian military is.
I remember all those tanks that Ukraine was putting up along the Russian border and threatening them.
I know.
Yeah.
So one of the cool nerdy things about what's been going on here is because Russia's been using Ukraine for years now to practice their cyber warfare. So Ukraine has actually responded to this by going old school. There was an interesting article out about a month ago where they talk about the Ukrainian military has actually dusted off 1980s Soviet military equipment. It's so low tech that the Russians can't hack it or take it down. So they're back to running communication wires from like point A to point B.
Smart.
They're using these frequencies that have not been used since the 70s or the 80s. Because the Russians were deploying drones that could go and access your cell phone and spam your cell phone with messages. So it's common to see a drone and then your cell phone goes off and either says that there's a bomb threat and your children are in jeopardy, or there's a message saying you should kill your officers. So part of Ukrainian standard operating procedure now is when you deploy to the front lines, you actually have to surrender your cell phone for security purposes, just to prevent the Russians from hacking it.
Wow.
So
crazy days.
It's a mad world.
It is, and that's the news. T-minus 60 with Tomlin. Over to the sports desk with Mama Manning.
All right. Good morning. On a brighter note, boys swim and dive defeated Torrington last night. Nice. It was a late night, so we don't have all the scores. NVL trials start next week on Wednesday. They have the diving championships for NVLs on Wednesday, March 2nd, and the swim championships for NVLs on Saturday, March 5th.
So NVLs are coming up for all the sports for the winter season? All
yes. Right. And last night, in an incredible game, our boys for the basketball team needed to win to qualify for states. They were away against Watertown, and guess what? Our Hawks sliced them up.
All right.
59-45. Nate Bodner had 14 points. They finished the season with 8 and 12, and they have made states, and states start March 3rd.
All right. They don't get much time to rest. They got to turn that right over next week and start.
Right. NVL's finals for the girls tonight, Holy Cross, Seymour.
All right.
What do you think?
That's a good question. Last year, I probably would have said straight up Holy Cross.
I'm going Seymour.
I'm going with Seymour. I asked several of our girls last night. They said Holy Cross. I said, I'm going Seymour. Kenzie's hot.
But I'm saying, I'm thinking if it was last year, I'd say Holy Cross. This year, I don't know if Holy Cross will hold up. But you can't count them out.
You can't count them out.
I'll take the other side. Game. I'll take Holy Cross.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going Seymour. Sarah Witch is a beast.
She's scoring 50.
Yeah, she's just a machine. So yeah, you can't discount her. So we'll see who supports around her, and that could make the difference for Seymour.
Yeah, we'll talk about that Monday when we pick up the show.
If we're shoveled out by then.
Well, I don't know if there's much.
3 inches, 20 inches. Well, it's all the same.
I don't know if there'll be much snow at that point. Isn't it supposed to turn to sleet and rain?
I heard it's going to be 90 on Sunday. So, I mean, it'll be fun.
It is New England.
Yeah, yesterday was crazy. When I got in the car, it was 68. By the time I got home, it was 70.
All right. So is it me, or is this the most... this happened more this year than I remember. I mean, I know it's New England, so we always ebb and flow, but this year it feels like it literally is like t-shirt weather in the morning, and in the afternoon, if you don't have your parka, your fingers are freezing off. It is so weird this year.
Well, even last night, I had to run out to grab something out of the shed, and it felt like the temperature had dropped like 40 degrees, because it did.
It did. Yeah, the cold front came in.
Yeah, it was 70, and then when I went outside, it was 30.
So I'm saying, it's like, I don't ever remember it being this dramatic and this often.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it says something for something. I went for a walk after school yesterday. It was really warm. I went to the basketball game. My teeth were chattering in my car. It was so cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's New England. You know, Miami has a song. I think New England needs a song. It has to do with the weather, I think.
Just teeth chattering.
Yeah.
Maybe Jenna Chicano could write it.
Oh, we can.
Yeah, our weather girl.
There you go. All right. Well, you heard that here first. We're going to have Jenna Chicano write us a song for New England and the weather. And otherwise, if you're looking for that song or anything else, come find us at 7:15 a.m. every morning. Thank you for listening. Don't forget, she's Mama Manning. He's Tomlin. I'm Amato. Good morning, Woodland.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Morning Mayhem podcast. Morning Mayhem is broadcast live from Woodland Regional High School in Beacon Falls, Connecticut, each and every school day. Follow us on Spotify, Anchor FM, or wherever you find your latest podcast. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Morning Mayhem podcast. Morning Mayhem is broadcast live from Woodland Regional High School in Beacon Falls, Connecticut, each and every school day. Follow us on Spotify, Anchor FM, or wherever you find your latest podcasts. And for more information on the show, upcoming guests, and past episodes, visit our show website, morningmayhem.show.